Starting your lock or natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a Black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Nat Buschell, the host of Her Story podcast here on YouTube and a proud contributor of the African Diaspora News channel. If you can do me a favor and please subscribe to all channels and like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. So today we are going to talk about the largest human trafficking sting in Ohio history. Nets 161, including a councilman, a teacher, a firefighter, and a pilot. According to the news article published on Columbus, Ohio News Nation Now, a statewide anti-human trafficking operation resulted in the arrest of more than 200 people and the recovery of 10 missing children in Ohio. Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost detailed the results of the operation referred to as Ohio Knows during a briefing with several law enforcement agencies on Monday. The operation, which spanned 1 week long, led to the arrest of 161 people allegedly seeking to buy sex, including 3 people from Franklin County who allegedly sought to buy sex from a minor. Oh my goodness, that is horrible. 50 people were arrested on suspicions of offering to sell sex, according to Yost. Among those arrested were a city councilman, again, a professor, a pilot, a city employer, and a firefighter. Some of the people detained also possessed drugs or illegal firearms. Attorney General Yost did not detail the circumstances of the arrest or where the suspects came from. Columbus firefighter Andrew Barnikowaski was one of the people arrested on September 27th. He is being charged with counts of engaging in prostitution. According to the court's record, Barnikowaski responded to an online advertisement to pay for sex and engaged in multiple text messages and calls. He was arrested at the hotel by undercover officers posing as prostitutes. Now look at that. Take a moment and let that register in your head. You sit here, you go to the hotel because you think you about to go have sex with a minor, but when you get there, you've been set up. You've been got. The police arrested his behind, took his behind down to the jail, and that's exactly what he deserved. You just being crazy. You thinking, oh, I'm about to go have sex. I'm about to go spend my money. You need to be spending that money on your family because I'm quite sure you had a family. The U.S. Marshal Service conducted their own investigation at the same time, resulted in the recovery of 10 missing children. Those children have been offered services according to an update from the Attorney General's office. Can you believe this nonsense? I can. 3 of the perpetrators were willing to pay to have sex with people they thought were minors. Your mind, you got to be sick. You got to have a sick mind. Call it like it is. It's sick. One of those minors could have easily been my child or it could have been your child. It's disgusting when I think of these men who don't have any type of better sense to go and try to have sex with a minor. Then they'll try to pay and have sex with them. It's sick. And they think that is normal behavior. Get out of here with that mess. Your money is dirty and so are you. What about putting that money into getting you some like mental health counseling? Because obviously you got a problem, okay? According to the FBI, 40% of victims of sex trafficking are African Americans. There it is. With that number being larger in the metropolitan areas. Let's roll this video.
But I want to mention this to you. During this operation and the 161 arrestees, we arrested a home improvement contractor, a city council member, a firefighter, a teacher, a professor. We actually arrested a pilot who makes over $200,000, but it not only was purchasing sex, he haggled and got the price down to $15. We also arrested a guy with a 2-year-old in a car. I shake my head and can't believe those stories. It happens everywhere. A professor, a city councilman. This is not just something that happens down in the hood in the city. It's in every county, it's in every town. This is happening all over Ohio. Poor neighborhoods, rich neighborhoods, educated, uneducated, black, white, it doesn't matter. It happens everywhere. And that's why this fight is so important. And I will not rest until no one in Ohio buys or sells human beings.
Wow, wow, wow. The more I look at that video, you know what? The more I cringed. A fireman, a teacher, a councilman, a pilot. As we all can see that this is a major problem. It's terrible when anyone is involved in something so horrific as sex trafficking. However, when our public service workers we look up to as authoritative figures in our communities, in our schools, and so forth, they take an oath to serve our communities and uphold the Constitution, to be faithful and obey the laws set forth, then they turn around and do something so unlawful as this. The question is, why are they participating in these unlawful acts of sex trafficking, especially with minors, which is downright outrageous? It's nasty. It's disgusting. Where has the respect gone? That is what I'm trying to figure out and trying to understand. We can see that something is obviously morally and ethically wrong here with this picture. Wouldn't you think so? It's good to have organizations like the Operation Ohio Knows, coordinated through Attorney General Yost and the Ohio Organized Crime Investigation Commission. It was their collaborative effort that took place from September 24th through October the 1st to address issues that fuel sex trafficking in Ohio. Attorney General Yost said, "We want to send a message to everybody in the country. Don't buy sex in Ohio." Tell it like it is, Attorney General. Don't buy sex in Ohio. Yost said people who traffic other humans are doing it for one reason. We know that. Money, money, money. Yost said if there's no demand, then there will be no market. Reducing demand means we reduce the number of people who are victimized by human trafficking and sex trafficking. I commend the Ohio Operation Knows and everyone involved in cracking down on all people who are involved in this hideous crime, such as human trafficking and sex trafficking. Just my opinion here. I think it's going to take all hands, ears, eyes on deck in order to deal with this issue. What I'm trying to say is that we can't just put everything in the hands of the task force such as Ohio Operation Knows and other organizations. We need to step up to the plate. You hear me? We need to step up in our communities. If we care about our own communities in which we live in which we work in which our children play in and go to school in, we should be working together as a collaborative unit to alleviate this problem. I mean this from my heart. If I hear something out of the ordinary, or if I see anything out of the ordinary, I'm calling law enforcement, and you should be doing the same thing too as well. Oftentimes we don't think things, seriously as it should, because it hasn't even hit close home for me. I can't recall a time when a family member has ever been in human trafficking or sex trafficking. So at times I tend to kind of not think about it. You know how they say out of sight, out of mind. I believe education is the key here. Educating more and more people on human and sex trafficking and what to look out for is so important. If we are going to have any success in combating this problem, according to the United Nations Office of Drug and Crime website, human trafficking is a global problem and one of the world's most shameful crimes, affecting the lives of millions of people around the world and robbing them of their dignity. Did you know that the International Labor Organization estimated that there are 25 million victims of human trafficking? That's a lot. And it's on the rise every day. Thousands of women and children are trafficked worldwide for various reasons. Also, according to Forbes.com, the human trafficking and sex trafficking industry is about $150 billion industry. Let that register in your head. $150 billion. I believe any person or any company that's involved indirectly or directly involved in sex trafficking should be held responsible. What do I mean by indirectly involved? So if you see any unlawful actions regards to sex trafficking happening within your community or your business, you should be stepping up to the plate. You should be reporting it. It's not about the money. It's about the people who's being trafficked, because I could be one of those family members, or I could have a family member out there, or you could as well. So when you know something and you don't step up, you can be held accountable. I think you should be held accountable. If you see something and you don't report it, you should be held accountable. So I believe that their blood would be upon your hands. Yes, I believe that their blood would be upon your hand. What am I saying? Okay, say like you're in the place of a business, like a hotel, and you see something suspicious activities going on with minors or even just different people. You should be having your eyes open at all times to see what's going on up in your hotel. The owner of these hotels, owner of these rental lots, because a lot of these sex traffickers, they rent vehicles. They do a lot of things. So we need to have our eyes open. We really do. So thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. It's been great talking with you all. And also remember, keep your eyes and ears open. Be a part of the change and not a bystander. Until next time, have a great day and see you later.
Colonization never ended in the white supremacist system. And as we see today, the colonization is in the mind. Now, those who have been enslaved and those who have been colonized, we're still dealing with the remnants of that through the colonization of the mind. Pick up my book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, and we will help deprogram you from the colonization that was put upon you by generations and generations of white supremacy. You can pick it up today on Amazon.com.